Hi, I'm Amy Chesery, author and illustrator of The Coloring Book of Shadows, and I recorded this video live on Facebook, so it is raw and unscripted, and I may sound like I'm talking to myself or saying hi to people who aren't there or answering random questions, but hopefully it gives you some inspiration and ideas on how to color your own magical stuff. Okay, so I really want a lot of this to be green and green-yellow, including the background. I'm just gonna go for it. So this is the Fern green Crayola pencil, but you could use any color, or you could use any kind of yellowish green that you have or that you like. And I'm gonna do it pretty fast, and you could go a lot slower. I just want to try to get most of it colored on the video, so I'll go a little faster. But pressing pretty hard and then pressing really light. Oh, and since my thing I tried it and it went offline, but so it got erased. But here's my inspiration for these colors is this really cool sketch by Blair from, she worked for Disney, and it's from Peter Pan. So anyway, that's where I got my colors. So I'm gonna focus on the greens here and try to make it it looked really springy and bright to me, so I was going to focus on the greens and then add yellow and orange and red as contrast, as she did in that sketch, because it's pretty cool. So I'm just adding a bunch of green right now and not being too careful, but just kind of putting it on the page, blending it out to white. You could just color the whole thing with a firm pressure if you want to do the whole thing green, but I like to blend it out to white. I don't know why. I guess it's just a little faster than doing the whole page. But I want to make it pretty saturated. I think last time I did a black background, so thought it would be fun to do a bright color again. Okay. I'm pressing pretty hard and just going around these little fiddleheads. Ta-da! Hi, Tanya. What's happening? I'm left-handed. Yes. Hi, Jennifer. Indeed. It's a little weird, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought about it, but some people are lefties. When you do think about it, it's a little weird. Do you remember The Simpsons, the left-handed, what was it called? The leftorium? That was really funny. Okay. So I'm just coloring it in green. Or are you left-handed too? Ha ha ha. I think my camera's shaking. I should hold it with this other hand. So many details when recording a video. It's funny. Okay. So I'm just doing this pretty basic, but you can see it kind of coming together already. With just one color, it looks cool. No, I'm just pressing pretty light to make it green, but keep it blended into the white part here. But you could color the whole page, of course. Hi, Lisa, you're working on this too? That's cool. I've been wanting to color this one since I drew it. I was very excited when I did those fiddleheads. I think they turned out cool. Okay. And I won't go too crazy here, but I just want to start getting the look, the colors on the page. And then you can go back and do more. Almost colored the inside of his ear green. Ha ha. Okay, cool. Well, so you can kind of see what I'm going for there. I'll do more like out this way and make it more green. But for now, let's see. So this Mary Blair piece had these really cool leaves that were like a very dark greenish blue, but I didn't have like a dark green, a really dark green. So I got this Outerspace, which is like kind of like a navy blue. It's almost like a blackish blue. So I thought I would try that and see what happens. And this is going to be an accent color, so there won't be tons of it, but we'll start to see how it comes together. My camera all shaky. I gotta figure something out. Cool. So I'm making that this outer space. And then I got the black. I'm going to darken the edges even more so it's like almost like a black leaf, but shows a little bit of color in the blue there. Looks cool. And then do the same thing with these ones. So these leaves, I gotta be careful. When they're really dark, it's hard to show the contrast sometimes. So let me sharpen my pencil. And I've showed it before, but this is my current favorite pencil sharpener. Not just because you can adjust the sharpen, like the length of the point, but I think it just has the sharpest blade. So these two leaves, to like show one on top of the other, a difference in color is the best trick, like contrast of color. So that one stands out now because the other one's darker underneath. Otherwise they kind of blend together, which is fine too. Just depends the look you're going for. So, okay. So that one's a little darker. And then I'll blend it to the blue. Making these funny blue leaves. I might add some more green to them. But right now they're that dark blue and black. Okay. Try to do these kind of quick here. These super dark blue leaves. And I'll have to, I don't know what else will be dark blue, but I'll find something else. But it's going to be super bright, so I got to keep going with more green. It's going to be mostly green. Okay. So I'm mostly just trying to make these leaves, like apply the blacks just to give them differentiation between each other, like where it underlaps. If I went over the line, but it doesn't matter. If I had an eraser, I'd erase it, but I've been losing them lately. I moved my office and my erasers are just, I don't know, maybe they're moving back. They keep disappearing. Okay. So these are some interesting leaves here. I might add a bit of green to them. I wanted it to be like a bluish green, but that's just kind of blue. So let's see. I guess the asparagus. We'll just see what happens. Yeah, that's more like it. Just a little bit of asparagus over it. It's still kind of bluish. but maybe blends in with the green a little bit more. Okay, cool. That's a very dark compared to the rest of it right now, but I'll blend that out. I'll make it all work together. Or so we hope. Haha. Okay. So how about a fiddlehead then? I kind of want to do more of the background. It might be boring to watch, but maybe not. Maybe that's what you want to watch. We'll find out. I think I just want to do more of the green because, I mean, I guess it's a little tedious to just do one color, but it's also kind of relaxing, and I want this page to have more green on it, so it will show me the look of it. So I kind of got some lines there, so just if you get lines and you want to smooth out, just use your pencil on this side and like really lightly press it, and like usually go in circles, and you can blend it out. Okay, pretty good for now. That added some more at least, so it's kind of more of the look that I was going for. It was hard to visualize it without that base of green that I was kind of going for, so just add that in really quick. All right, and then the pea pod. Let's do the pea pod, and then I'll do the fiddleheads. Actually, let's see here. Fiddlehead, Fern. I want to look what the color looks like. So those are really pretty light colored in real life. I thought I had one called Palm Leaf. Let's see here. Oh, is that it? There it is. Oh, my pencils ran away. Okay, so I had this one called Palm Leaf for a reason. I was gonna do the fiddleheads with it. So you don't have to stick with the lighting scheme or anything, but kind of the way I did these, and it's really very subtle, is the darker parts on the left. So just for fun. Now I'm using this one called Palm Leaf, which is more yellowy, pretty yellowy for a green. And I'm going to go back and darken this green part a little bit later, but for now I'll just leave it rough to get the color on there, show you some different things. Hi Jen, is there a reason I'm not doing any purple? No reason. I'll show you just in case you just joined. I just got color inspiration from this piece here, Mary Blair, for Disney in 1953 for Peter Pan, and it didn't have any purple, so that's why. Purple is my favorite color, probably, if I had to pick one. But yeah, so no purple in this, and just because I don't know. I like to pick as I go, but for videos it's easier to like have it all ahead of time, like at least have the colors picked out. Then I'm not like rifling through my pencil case. Okay, so the darker part on the right, and then with this like twisty little, oh sorry, I said right, but I meant left. The darker part's on the left. And so for each of these little spirally things, I'm gonna put it on the left. You could add a lot more detail here, but I'm gonna keep it pretty subtle. Really light with the palm, what's it called? Palm leaf. Really light with the palm leaf all the way around. And then shadow on the left. But it's pretty subtle. Not too fancy. So I'm gonna mostly try to keep it green. And then, oh, that looks cool. Maybe a little more greenish color, but for now I think that's pretty good because I want it to look different from the background and still only use like greens, like a lot of greens. So if that makes any sense. A couple more of those blue leaves up there that I haven't done. I'll get back to those. So just scribbling over this whole thing with the palm leaf, and then you could take a lot more time and care with it too. I'm going pretty quick just to show you stuff. And then again, on the left hand side of the things, even though that's swirly, it has multiple layers. We talk more about that in the colored pencil school of witchcraft. We go all over it. We go all about the swirly things, smoke swirls and roses and stuff, the more complicated shapes. But just think, like, if this is just thinking left, left, left on those. But those look pretty cool. That's only one color pencil. And I think they look like dynamic little fiddleheads. Shall we move on to the pea pod? Let's. The pea pod, I'm going to use yellow, green. It's very similar to the background. But that's okay. Shaking, camera shaking, sorry. Vigorous coloring. You would think it wouldn't make my whole desk shake, but I guess it does. And I don't feel like thinking too hard today, so I'm not going to go on too much detail with all these peas. Yeah. Okay. So just a little green top. Just a little green top. That is one cute looking pea pod, if I may say so myself. Okay, and then just for a tiny bit of contrast, I'm not going to use a lot of orange and red on this page, but this little star is calling to be orange, so why not? Ta-da! Cute. So these kind of got cut off pretty good, but there's just a little bit of the blue leaves, dark blue leaves up here. Okay. Then I should start doing this radish pretty soon, but let's do more green first. Do this radish leaf in the asparagus. Cool. This is definitely a different color scheme than I would usually pick or whatever. That's why it's kind of fun to use inspiration from other art, is because you try new things and kind of think outside the box. If there is a box. Maybe there is no box. So with just more green. Because once I color that radish red, it's really going to change the look of this. Does green mean growth? It definitely does. Like for like spring or whatever. It's also like heart chakra is green a lot. Symbolizes like heart energy or that kind of thing. It's definitely the color of spring, most people would say. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. All this green. It's going to be pretty bright. Okay, I'll do this darker later. For now, I'm just kind of starting to block it out a little bit more. I guess I like doing the backgrounds. I think it's fun. And it makes it makes such a dynamic impact on the page. It really changes the look. Okay, I'm pressing hard. I'm kind of making it streaky, but I don't really care. I think it looks fine. Can always go back and fix it later. I just want to make it green. I'm going fast now, but I can color really slow too if I want. I think my more natural style is to do it slow, but these videos end up going on for a really long time. And I think I can like show more if I go a little faster. So but they also, you can just put color down really fast without going too crazy into the detail and the smoothness of it, and that speeds it up a lot. Also, if you practice, I think your hand just gets faster at it and more sure in itself. So, okay, let's do a radish. I'm gonna look one up really quick just to make sure. Pretty sure I know what a radish looks like, but. And then I have limited colors here. My reds are mahogany and brick red. The brick red, I think, is gonna be the majority of this radish, and then maybe we'll use the mahogany for shadows. I'm pressing really light at this point. Sorry, the camera's all shaky. I gotta figure that out. I know how to solve it. I just need to put the tripod on a chair or something. But okay, so I'm pressing really light and just making the whole thing a radishy red. Brick red is my red, but you could use any color. Radishes are pink a lot. I like them when they're pink. That really beautiful hot pink. So now same color brick red. I'm just darkening the left-hand side to go with my same scheme, kind of darker on the right. And you can see, even just using one pencil, you can get a lot of variation. I like this red and the blue leaves together. Those are nice colors. Yeah, so that's only one pencil. There's a lot of radishy variation there. Just kind of darken up a few of the lines. As I said, I'm not going to go too detailed here, but more just a kind of a play with the color. That looks nice. Yeah, this is a unique book. It looks a lot different than the piece I'm getting inspiration from too, but it's cool. Okay. Kind of similar, but different. So this is the Mahogany. I'm just darkening the shadows a little more. Oops, I went outside the line. But that looks cool. It's a nice little radish. Maybe just smooth it out a little bit. And then move on to another item. So I'm pressing really, really light here. And I'm just like smoothing out all the texture and stuff. Because I want it pretty smooth. Okay, that looks awesome. I like it. So I want to keep this really green. I'm going to do kind of a hack job at the fern, at the crystals here. With the yellow green. I really want to make as much of this page green as I can. It was kind of the look I was going for. And then just a few color accents. So I was sort of called to make these orange, but I'm not going to. Haha. Okay, hold on. Let me look this up really quick. Okay, so I think if I just leave like a couple of these facets white or more highlighted, depending on how the light is hitting a gem, it could look a myriad of different ways. But I think usually, just to keep it really simple, I'm not going to do a big fancy one here. Am I still on the camera though? Yes, okay. I'm going to color these in and just kind of leave a few that are really bright. And then some opposite ones that are a lot darker. And it'll kind of start to look shiny, I think. If you start to alternate them. That looks cool. So I'm being a little bit random with them, but if you look at faceted gems, a lot of times they follow some formulas, but a lot of times it's kind of hard to tell. It really depends where the light's coming from, obviously. Which facets are being hit. I think this one, I'm going to try to lighten that one up. Cool. If you haven't pressed too hard, you can usually erase. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of go with it here. And just leaving a little bit of contrast between a few of them. That gives it a pretty cool look. That's not perfect, but good enough. I think it looks cool. You can tell that it's kind of shiny. And I'll do this one in green and try to leave a few. There are some way better tutorials on coloring gems if you want to get into the technicalities, but I'm just sort of playing with it here. Kind of imagining it in my mind's eye. Cool. I like those. Maybe this one just needs like, yeah, it looks like it's lit up from the center, huh? Maybe this one just needs that to be a little lighter. And these white erasers do pretty good as long as you haven't colored too hard. Cool. And let's see. Unmellow yellow. I thought I had, oh, I have like this mango orange. Awesome. Cool. So at this point, I kind of want to start thinking about what I'm going to do for the bottom of the page. So I think I'm going to make this cauldron dark like the leaves. That should balance that out. I'm going to make the gnome mostly green, but I'm going to add some red to balance the red out up here a little bit. And I might make this sprout in green or in red too. So we'll see about that. But for now, I think I'm probably not going to do the rest of these items. I might just finish up a little bit of the green and then call it for today. I can come back tomorrow or another day this week to finish this up, but you can start to see the color scheme kind of come to life here. And it's cool. It has like a modern gnome sort of a look to it. I'm joking, but it does look sort of modern. I think the blue and the red together is a cool look. So cool. Yeah, I don't know what color to do the ground yet. I'm thinking about that. Maybe I think I might just do it a darker green like the asparagus green because I really wanted this page to have a lot of green. And that would darken it up too if I use an asparagus green there, because this one's pretty bright. Cool. This is going to be awesome. I definitely need to balance out the red. That's a little like jarring up there all on its own. Oh, but the gnome's got to have a red hat, right? So maybe I'll do, well, gosh, now I don't want to stop. Okay, we won't stop. Let's do the gnome's hat. He needs a red hat. Mm-hmm. So this is brick red, is it? Yes. Brick red. Darkening the left-hand side a little bit of his gnome hat. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's pretty good for brick red. I have that other one too, mahogany, I think. Maybe I'll use a little bit of that. Yes, yes, yes. It's all coming together now. It just needed more. It was obviously not finished, but that red radish was really sticking out. I like had to do something about that right away. Could not wait. Make the point of his hat darker just because it feels like that would be like that. Ta-da! Okay, gosh, so much better. Even with just a little bit of red. So let's see, what else was I thinking of doing? I was going to add, make this. It's a blackish blue, and then that's green selenite, but it could actually be whatever. I was going to make the ground asparagus green. Oops. Okay. Still on the page there. Tiny white eraser. La la la. I've stopped talking, no longer thinking in words. Okay. I'm working on the Samhain book, the Book of Samhain. It's not a paper craft book like the Yule book, although I do have ideas for a whole Samhain paper craft book. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If I have the time to do it. I'm really introverted anyway. So the whole being in your house right now thing hasn't affected me too much because I'm always in the house anyway. But I'll try to find time to squeeze more art out of it is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so I'm just doing this really quick. Got to keep the hands busy, you know? Adding green. I just want to make it all. This is looking good. Yes, yes, yes. Ta-da! This is bold. This is bold and wild. This color scheme. I'm like, whoa, but I like it. I like it. It's cool. It's not quite there yet. It needs more. It needs some balance. Getting there though. It's fun to see how things turn out. Okay. I'm just doing this really quick so I can map out all the color and then like go back in. I could go back in later and clean that all up, make it better, smoother, more of a gradient, dark edge, blend it out or whatever you want to do. Add texture, take texture out. Whatever you want. But I'm trying to block out the color and really to see how this is going to look, and then I can add more detail or not. Okay. Ta-da. Okay, pretty good. Cool. That's added a lot more to it. So this is a green selenite, and I think I'll just make it a really bright green. Add the fern back in here. Leave contrast, just white facet at the top, like the light's hitting it, and then super simple, nothing fancy there. Maybe add a little bit of contrast. I grabbed a yellow, a tiny bit of a darker green to maybe add a little bit of differentiation on that facet down there. But that looks cool, simple, but it adds to the mostly green look of it. Okay, so now we have Mr. Dude. And well, I want to make that cauldron the Outerspace blue to kind of add a little bit more of that to it. And that, I think that would show us, that's going to be really dark. So that will show us a lot. Even if I keep this pencil light, it's still going to be darker. So this is Outerspace, which is like a really dark blue. And it'll kind of look black, but with like a bluish twinge to it, I think. Pressing super light. Super, super light with a dark color. Hard to do, but kind of fun. Do. Yeah, yeah. I'm watching Aladdin again. Okay. Not going too crazy here. Mostly trying to get it all blue. And then darken the left. Getting there. Make it round. Oh, little handle. In between the handle. Always forget those. Nope. Okay. Legs. Excellent. That is helping a lot. I really made those leaves up there dark, but they're kind of freaking me out. Okay, I'll be honest. I colored those really dark and they were freaking me out. Fine. I think I just need to balance it out with adding that color a little bit to the other parts of it. Looked good in my mind's eye. There's still hope. It looks good. I think I just need to darken this and then add like maybe a couple more details. Well, I could do some of his details in black or in this blue, whatever it is. Bluish black. Sorry, I'm off the screen now. Do this a little darker. Pick a color for the little moon there. I don't know what I'm going to do that. We'll leave that for last. Do. Well, this is a nice pencil. I like this color. You can just, I'm pressing super light and you can just keep darkening it at a nice slow pace. Okay. Thinking really hard. This part is shadowed. So now that I've got, oh, that looks nice. Okay, so now that I've got most of that, I'm going to get the black. That's the Outerspace, a really dark blue. I'm not going to go crazy with the black, but just add a little bit. It's for the shadows. Oh, Jen, these are just the Crayola pencils. They're in the yellow box. Yeah, the Outerspace is a really cool color. Yep, just I have the 120 set, but I think the 100 set has the Outerspace. The 120 has like the neon, all other weird things, I think. Okay, that looks really nice. I like my little cauldron. It's not too fancy, it's a little rough, but that's a cauldron for you. Okay. So that's coming together. We'll do his belt and his little boots in the same. Just a little bit of the Outerspace. And then black. Without going too crazy here. It'll make these things look black, but if you've looked at things that are black, they have color in them a lot of times, or they aren't all the way black. There's like some highlights or some different tones to them. Not always, but sometimes. But we'll do that. So those little boots kind of got a shine to them, maybe a little bit, not that much. But good enough. All right. So that is looking better. I still need another red thing, I think. It's coming together though. It's really cute. I like this. I want to add a little more red. So maybe his pants or his tunic is all that we need. I was thinking about doing these leaves in red, but something is telling me to do part of his outfit in red instead. So what if, well, I also have some orange. So what if I did his little tunic? I know a classic gnome wears blue, but what if I did his little tunic in orange? Perhaps that is the missing piece I have been looking for. So this is mango. Oh, at the bottom of the tunic. No, regular orange. Where it would be more shadowy, and then just to darken it up. Oh, waxing and waning moons. It would depend if you're in the northern or southern hemisphere, Jen. But I think if you're asking, I have to think about that really hard, because the moon actually goes from right to left, left to right. I would have to think about that and get back to you. I don't actually think about which way the moon looks when it's waxing or waning, personally. But it's about a new moon right now, isn't it? So let's just look up at the sky, and tomorrow, and we will report back. I just think about it as in the moon is growing when it's waxing, and when it's waning, it is decreasing. But you're right, the left and right is confusing. Whoever that is. Okay. Cool. That made the shirt pop. Yes, it did. Yeah, his shirt looks cool like that. Okay, so what's next for this little dude? I'm gonna give him some basic brown pants. I might do more detail on his little shirt, but for now, I'm just trying to get the colors in. Aw, he looks good. Okay, so that'll work. I'll do more, oops, sorry. I'll do more detail on that and color those a little better. But for now, I just want to like see how the colors are going to play out on this page. Then once I know what color everything is, the decision making is done. And I can just color. Woo! So what color should he be? Gosh, why do I want to make him green? Like his skin. Maybe I will make his beard green. And I'll make his skin like a yellow color. Just to keep it on the color scheme. Since I wanted to make mostly green. Oh, it's just the inside of his ears, but not like his actual outside of the ears. It's funny. Cool. I'll make his eyes green. Okay. We'll make his eyes green. Cute. All right. Okay, so my only oh, well, I can fix that. I know what to do. I was going to say my only is the red. There's only like 2 red items. And I feel like making all those leaves red is going to be too much, but I'm going to do, I know how I will fix that. I wanted like 1 more red item, but we'll just do the moon. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, so just a little bit of red, but we'll just add it. Just a little bit will go a long way. Look how cute. All right. Now I just got to finish up these sprouts here. Palm leaf to match the fiddleheads, kind of. And then keep our stuff real green looking, which is what I was going for. So I'm doing all these leaves. I'm focusing more on the left-hand side of them just to give a tiny bit of contrast to them, but I'm not being super careful here. Just sort of doing relaxing, slightly scribbly, fun coloring, not worrying about it. Or I like to do all types. I like to get picky and detailed and fancy sometimes, but today's a little more get it done quick kind of day. Let loose. Let loose. So I got the Fern pencil again. and darkening up the background just a little bit more, but this is really looking nice now. So it has the look I was going for, I think. Pretty good balance. I could do a little bit like this needs to be cleaned up down here and darkened and shaded a little bit better. Some details and things like that. Good. And his pants are a little rough. That's cool. But all in all, this is awesome. I like it. Okay, and then I need to do these little stars. I think I'm gonna do them in, oh, should I do them in red or green? Green. Really bright green, just to add to the green look. Ta-da! Awesome, look how cute. So that's pretty balanced. I like the way this came out. I'm gonna think about a color for the background or for the border there, but I might just leave it white. And I'm probably gonna keep going. Oh wait, here's a spot. Keep coloring in the background a little bit and darkening it up when I have my pencils out, but at least I've got a pretty good look here. I used all the colors I wanted to use and I kind of balanced them all out on the page. So I think it looks cool. I tried something new colors, a new look, and that's what we got. So here's my original inspiration. This color, these Mary Blair, this is a drawing, painting from Peter Pan. So, and that's what we ended up with. So that was pretty cool. And I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you color something, color your gnome page, post it in the group because we want to check it out. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a good enough week with everything going on. Hang in there and have fun. Oh yeah, so here's the finished thing. It came out super, super cool. Kind of a different color direction for me, but I really think it's awesome. What I did after I turned off the camera is I just did a little bit more later. Mostly added the outer space to the background in the corners just to really darken the green up. And then I also just added more green to the background to intensify it and then also add some shadow and darkness to it. So I really love how it turned out and I hope you had fun watching. And if you want to learn more, take my free class about getting started with your colored pencils. You can find it at the link below or just go to coloringbookofshadows.com and click courses.